Sometimes running a video cable from point A to point B can be a real pain. And while it's always been possible to transmit video wirelessly across the room, it hasn't always been reliable or inexpensive. But now it is. Today we're going to review the Mars 300 from Hollyland. This kit comes with a transmitter and a receiver, which allows you to wirelessly send video up to 1080p 60 to your switcher, a recorder, or a device like the BoxCaster. So, if you're sick of dealing with all of this, then you're really going to like these. Let's get started. So everything in this kit fits in this nice little case. It comes with a transmitter, a receiver, and antennas that easily screw onto both devices. The transmitter has an HDMI input and an HDMI loop out, which can really come in handy for passing your feed to other devices nearby. The receiver has two HDMI outputs, so there's no need for an HDMI splitter if you want to send it to several devices. We were pretty surprised when we set these up for the first time, and they actually connected right away. There's really not any configuration that you have to do. Now this kit does only come with one power supply, but that's because the transmitter is more likely to be attached to a mobile setup. Both devices have an L series battery mount, which are fairly inexpensive and will last you several hours on the transmitter, especially if you use the ones that we have recommended in the description. But enough of all that, I'm sure you just want to know what the range of these are. So we decided to do a test in the field. Okay, so here we are at a local football stadium, and we're actually going to test the range on the Mars 300 by walking all the way across the field. All right, here we go. So you can see we made it actually past the goal line and all the way to the end of the track, which is probably an additional 30 yards in length. Now Hollyland advertises these to having a range of about 300 feet, but I think you can actually get a little more distance than that when you are at line of sight. So when the transmitter and the receiver have no physical barriers between them. Okay, so we have our receiver and our cameraman up by the press box, and what I'm gonna do is walk around the track and see if we get any signal loss. See you later, I'm walking around. Okay, now did I need to walk all the way around the track? Probably not, but at least this gives you the idea that you could get video coverage anywhere on the field. Now one thing to note is that we are at an empty stadium right now. I'm not entirely sure how it would work if you had a stadium full of people with potential interference, but I have a feeling that you'd be okay. We've streamed some events in the past where we have had crowds full of people in between the transmitter and the receiver, and we haven't seen any issues. So here's how we like to use the Mars 300. When we're live streaming events, we attach it to this small rig. A DJI Ronin S, a Canon Vixia camcorder, and a wooden handle that attaches to the Ronin, which you can mount the Mars 300 transmitter on. We then simply connect a mini HDMI cable from the camera to the transmitter. Both the transmitter and receiver have a 1/4-inch screw mount, so you can attach them to just about anything. We love this type of setup because it allows one of our camera guys to roam about any venue that we're streaming in. The first time we used this in the field was for a multicam MMA event. One of our camera operators was able to send a live feed of the fighter introductions to our video switcher. This allowed us to get more dramatic shots than we could with just a stationary camera. That guy was able to follow the fighters into the ring, he was able to walk around the cage, and it just made viewers at home feel like they were there. Oh, and the Mars 300 does send embedded audio over the HDMI signal. So if you were doing live interviews during an event, you could use this kit. So that's how it works. You can check out all the products we use for this setup by clicking on the link below, and feel free to explore the rest of our kit page to see other fun live streaming gear that we love to use. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below, or reach me anytime at techtips@boxcast.com. Thanks for watching, and happy streaming.